An electric beam weapon. What could go wrong? The Amprex is a corpus beam weapon. You can acquire its blueprint from the energy lab on the dojo. This weapon has innate electricity damage, good crit chance, and can deal some damage. Today we're going to be talking about it, taking a look on the builds and also the pros and cons of the weapon. Also, this weapon has a unique mechanic, which is pretty much a arc or arcing, which the primary target is going to be taking damage, and it's going to be arc of electricity jumping to the next enemy. I think you can have like, I don't know if there's a cap to the arcs, but I've seen like 4 or 5, not sure if more. This is the standard build, your viral and hunter munitions, but this weapon is one special, as this is probably not the best build. And this weapon has a good crit chance with a point striker up to 80% critical chance, critical multiplier with our vital sense, serration split chamber heavy caliber for damage and multi-shot, ram rounds and malignant force for the viral, and our hunter munitions for our bleed with the criticals. So I've tried different builds for this weapon, and pretty much my way of measuring the damage or how good the build was pretty much by the, let's say, time to kill and also the ammo that I've used. Okay, down to 72 ammo. Get lucky on procs, you're gonna be melting stuff real quick. But yeah, it's about, let's say, 25 to 30 ammo, around that for this build. Let's jump to the second one straight away, which is gonna be corrosive. Usually we run viral, but yeah, you're probably gonna be a little bit surprised with this weapon by using corrosive. Yep. Alright, so yeah, we use a little less ammo, and I think for me it actually feels better than using viral. Yeah, from 25 ammo average to 18, it's, yeah, feels like an upgrade. Now I'm gonna try corrosive and heat. I took away the heavy caliber and put in the thermite rounds. Also works just fine. Pretty similar to the only corrosive build, corrosive and hunter munitions. And I think if we were going against like higher level enemies, this probably would be the best build instead of, yeah, our standard viral and heat. Going with corrosive and heat might be the best option. Of course, on these tests it performs probably not as good as only corrosive. But yeah, I think against heavier armored units it would perform better. But yeah, I'm still doing some tests. But I think that the way to go with this weapon is corrosive or corrosive and heat are the ones who really perform the best. So I've actually got 2 ribbon for this. There is this one and this one. This is probably the best one for now, but yeah, I still have to level it up, but I don't even know if I have the ender for that now. So let's go with this. Yeah, I gotta change this. What I'm gonna put here, I could swap the polarity to this one and go with heat. And I'm just gonna go with some hammer shots. Increase our status chance even further. That's 4%, but okay. see what we can do now. Yeah. Pretty sounds, yeah, it sounds just like the other builds. Yeah. This is not an ideal Riven, not even close to a perfect Riven. Probably the perfect thing would be damage, critical damage, and something else, which is something that I have on the other Riven, but yeah. This works just fine, but still it doesn't feel like it's that good, you know. I mean, here we're pretty much trading the heavy caliber for the Riven, so I don't even know if that's even an improvement. Yeah. But yeah, this one would probably be much better because it has crit damage, and electricity. And last but not least, I've got a CC build. And the thing is that with all of the arcs that you got with this weapon, which is pretty much its unique mechanic, you can get quite a lot of CC. You can apply some radiation, that's why I went with radiation viral. Viral is gonna help us deal some damage. Of course, we can't do like corrosive and rad here, but yeah, it will work. Let me get a few more dudes here, some more corrupted heavy gunners. Let's get like 10. Yeah. Just spray them and watch them kill themselves. Just gonna spread like a lot because of the arcing and stuff, so yeah, summon them again. You can still kill with this, I mean, it's not gonna be... Yeah, there's actually much more arcs than I said at the beginning, I think. But yeah, it's not as good as the other ones, but you can still kill stuff. I'd say that this build could be especially good for your crewmates on the railjack, in case you're dealing with like really level stuff, high level stuff, and you're not being able to kill them right away. Could be, or they're dying like too much. Could be a good way to help with that. Going back a little bit on the build, I went with a not fully leveled termite rounds, because I didn't want the red to be much higher than the viral. So yeah, we could still kill stuff. I mean, you can try different stuff. You can try like Argon Scope, you can try, let's see what else, bladed rounds. Let's see, with the Corrosive Build, let's trade this for Argon Scope. Let's reduce a little bit these dudes. I'll go back to one dude because yeah, 10 is just too much for this kind of pressing. Yeah, the damage gets much better. I'm gonna be able to kill stuff much easier. You could go with bladed rounds also. I mean, Argon Scope is gonna give us the guaranteed critical and also a few orange crits, but let's try bladed rounds. Of course, we're gonna need to kill the dude in order to activate it first. Not sure if it performs better than Argon Scope, but it's still good. Let's reload. Just so we have an idea. Of course, the guy already had some procs, so. But again, I must say that we are on the Simulacrum. These guys are level 180 heavy gunners. They have a lot of armor, and this weapon is totally steel path viable, sorry viable, whatever you want to take it. It's probably gonna work. And also the good thing about the corrosive or going corrosive in heat is because you're gonna be able to go against multiple factions. Let's say you're gonna be good against the Grenier, gonna be good against the what is it called, the Orokin, the corrupted, and it's gonna be good against the infested because of the corrosive, against the ancients, brood mothers, and all that stuff. Yeah, only against the corpus is not gonna be ideal. And in case you're wondering why viral isn't as good as corrosive, it's probably because we have like a lot of electricity. That's the only thing I can think of, actually. The electricity is stopping us from making maybe better stuff, as we can't really build viral and heat, because if we were to add a heat mod in here, we would create the radiation just like our CC build, which is pretty much this viral here and only the termite rounds, but the heat is combining with the base electricity of the weapon, and that's gonna form our rad. Another thing that you can think of, I was using hammer shot, and you can go with either hammer shot, Argon Scope, bladed rounds, or even vigilante armaments. What do I think? I'm going with hammer shot because of the consistency. I feel it's much more consistent with hammer shots instead of vigilante armaments. You're gonna get a chance to get a increased critical hits, but that is if you don't have like the full set of the vigilante. I don't even know how many mods are for the vigilante, or if you can, I don't know. You might get a good chance to get a enhanced critical hit if you get to the max level, but I'm not sure if that's really worth it. Again, all of my tests are run with Harrow, with nothing changing the damage at all, no arcanes, no buffs, no nothing. If we were to get some buffs for this weapon, it's gonna be dealing some insane damage. Right, to get our damage even higher, we're gonna be using some buffs, Cat buff, Harrow's ultimate, and the Argon Avenger. Let's see what we can get. Put everything up, we're just melting stuff. Yeah. Even without the Cat buff, we're dealing insane amounts of damage. Yeah, everything just dies. If we were to go with Mirage, it's probably another kill. Yeah. Everyone just melted. It's probably the same thing. Maybe some insane damage. It's kinda hard to hit them, because they're not really in the center, but yeah. Those even got out. What the fuck? And a mag with breach surge. Cat just buffed, and everyone just melted. One thing that I noticed is that it's actually making quite some strong bubbles. I mean, when they explode, they're doing like a ton of damage. Yeah. Just look at that. They just died. Oh my god. Even both can do some crazy things with this. Right, so it's time to go over the pros and cons of the weapon. Start with the pros. It is an electricity-based weapon, so it's good for building corrosive and, I don't know, magnetic, and maybe radiation if you're going with that. So that's already a plus, let's say. Good critical chance. reasonable critical damage. The magazine is okay. Status is also okay. It deals a good amount of damage, and it's capable of dealing with groups of enemies. So yeah, as far as I can think of, these are the pros, and now the cons. I think the main con of this weapon is the reload. If you have any kind of fire rate mod, you're gonna feel the reload a lot. It just feels like you're gonna be burning through ammo super fast. I mean, the better your build is, the less ammo you're gonna feel, because you're gonna need to reload less. But yeah, if your Amprex is not right there, you don't have the builds like fully made, or you don't have all the format that you need, you're gonna feel the reload a lot, because it's 2.6 seconds. So yeah, that's not really good. But other than that, I think this weapon is just great. There is quite a few stuff that you can try out, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's another beam weapon. So beam weapons usually are really good, and this one being able to deal with crowds of enemies or groups of enemies is really good. And the only downside for me is the reload. Other than that, it's a great weapon, and for me, it's one of the best options to give to your crew members. They're just gonna be able to CC the groups of enemies. They're gonna be boarding your ship. And also, if you put the CC build, if they're having trouble staying alive, you're gonna be able to do a little bit of CC, make them kill themselves, and still doing decent damage. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for the Amprex. Those were my builds, kind of the stuff I'm using. So yeah, let me know what you think about this weapon in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a like, and for more Warframe content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.